Tonight, our Bible study is taken from Psalm 62. Last week we were with Psalm 61. So the pastor said that this church likes the Psalms. Amen. All right. Amen. So praise God. Again, with Psalm 62, beginning with verse 1. All right. We'll make sure that everyone is ready to follow along with us. Are you there? Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Psalm 62. Again, we're using the old King James Version. If you have a different translation, it's all right. Amen. We're working together. Amen. Notice here, verse 1. Would someone, verses 1 and 2, would someone read those two verses out loud for us?
Truly my soul waiteth upon God.
Mm-hmm.
Cometh my salvation.
Mm-hmm.
He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense.
Mm-hmm.
I shall not be greatly moved.
Amen. Now notice here, if you'll see the verses, the first two verses here, you'll see in the teaching notes, here the psalmist stresses that he waits silently for God. And that's what we have to do sometimes. We have to just wait in silence. Isn't that right? Amen. Not letting, you don't have to let people know your business.
Amen.
Amen. Somebody, thank you for saying amen. Amen. And keep your business to yourself. And just wait silently on the Lord and let the Lord straighten things out. And so often we talk too much. Isn't that right? Amen. And we just make a mess of things rather than just putting it in God's hand and waiting silently. And this is what David is saying here. He's saying that he waits for God in silence. See that? And then we see here that he rests in the Lord. And as a result, he feels the security. Here it is here in the notes. That a military force felt in his day, that is in the day of David. And he felt as though he had that shield and that fortress there to protect him. And then he goes on to say that he is, that is the Lord, he is his rock and salvation. And as a result of that, he's saying, I'm not worried about what the enemy can do to me as long as the Lord is my rock and my salvation. See that? And basically what he's saying is I'm not worried about being shaken up by the opposite forces or the opposing forces. You can do to me what you will, but I'm not concerned about being shaken by what you can do to me, because I know somebody who happens to be my rock and salvation. That's encouraging, isn't it? Yeah. And notice here there's a question that's being put forth, and I want you to talk back tonight. What is your experience, here it is, regarding your relationship with the Lord and how he helps you to feel safe and secure? See that? All right. What is your experience concerning God being your rock and your salvation? Okay, I want somebody to talk back to me. Okay. Talk back. Want to say something? You don't want to say anything? Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody? Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm a person that I was raised on a farm.
Okay.
So I was taught how to be a survivor.
Okay.
Okay. And I also taught that I had to be in control.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
And one of my weakness has been through my youth is feeling that I had to be in control of everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
But recently, my brother was ill.
Okay.
He's been in the hospital since February.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And they put him on the do not resuscitate
I'm saying.
So, being the person that I am, I mean, if I was God, I wouldn't let him suffer.
Okay,
But God just let me know that I'm not God.
okay, okay.
And God just let me know that it's not your business.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
And that really, it really has been a hard thing for me.
Okay,
You know, to release the control that is not in my control.
okay.
Okay, I'm just saying that.
Okay, no, that's fine. This is a good point she's making. Did anybody want to add to this? Because I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Okay, anybody else want to comment in this? Okay, go ahead.
When we're younger,
Okay,
we know that God is blessed us to help us.
okay.
And we go forward in our own might.
Go ahead. Okay.
And so we do things and we advance on our job and maybe sports and things and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Mhm.
And we feel like God has blessed us, but we feel like we did it
Okay,
on our own, because of that.
that's true.
But
Yeah.
as we get older, I've had 3 brothers that passed away and
Mm.
sisters passed away.
Mm.
And you come to realize at a certain point, God touches your heart, mind, and soul to realize that you're only here by the grace of God.
Mm. Mm.
That
Mm.
life is like a vapor, like
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah, that's it.
And you can be gone. So once you are able to accept that and understand that and accept the gospel, you realize that I'm just, I'm good with the grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
You come to realize that God is your rock, He's your salvation.
See,
And it changes the way that you look at life.
right, that's right.
You know,
That's
in the
right.
past, you want to hoard up things.
Right.
Like I need to. But then you come to realize, I can't take it with me.
Right.
I mean, you want to have something, you want to leave something to your kids and grandkids, but it don't own you. I mean, it don't own you anymore. You own it. And if you lose it all, you can be kind of like Job and say, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Mm.
Where in the past, you might sit down and cry and say, oh, my whole hard work is gone.
Mhm.
I worked 30 years to get there, and now it's gone. And you realize that just as easy as you lost it, the Lord can give it back to you, so your whole outlook of life is just changing.
That's so powerful. That's really powerful. Now back, what's your name? Yeah. Now, notice what the sister just said here a little while ago. She said that she was brought up learning to survive. She's a survivor. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But one thing she said is very, very interesting. She said that she had to learn. Now, notice the word she used. She had to learn to let go of some things that she cannot control. Am I saying this right? Okay, all right. Okay. Now listen to this. This is lines right up with what the scripture is saying. Now David understood, or he had to learn, that there are some things that's completely out of his control. See the point? And he had given it completely over to God. He's my rock. He's my salvation. Whatever I cannot control, I give it to him. And how many believe he has a way of working things out?
Amen.
Yeah? See, that's what Deacon Kelly was saying over here. He said he came, tell me if I'm saying this right, brother. He said he came to that point where he realized it's not in his own might, no matter how hard he worked down through the years. Whatever he has, it's by the grace and mercy of God. You see, powerful stuff.
Well, I can make this a long time, but I'll make it real short.
Okay, go ahead.
God is my rock,
Okay.
my salvation.
All right.
I was raised up on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it after I got a teenager.
Okay.
It was hard work, night and day.
Yes, sir.
That was the 4 seasons in the year.
Mhm.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that dad and on the farm that you have to do every season.
Yes, sir.
Whether you know it or not, whether you like it.
Right.
I got married. I said, honey, you was a farm girl, I was a farm boy. I'm leaving this hellbound.
I hear you.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving this hellbound place.
Yeah. Yeah.
We move up, move back.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come
6
back.
months, 6 months after I married,
Okay.
I saw it, got a job.
All right.
Working for Dell Telephone.
Mm-hmm.
The wires was all on, a lot of you all know the wires on the phone used to be all on the posts.
Right, that's right.
I worked with the company that was taking them off, and I was working with the ground crew, putting them under the ground.
Okay.
In Winston-Salem, High Point, and Burlington. But it was out in the cold.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to that. I had the flu, and almost turned into pneumonia. I had to stop work for a week. Renting a house, paying $5 a week, $100 a month. Wife there, I said, okay. And after 6 months, I learned how to make it. Living in a house where the snakes was at.
Right.
In the spring of the year,
Yeah.
lizards.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to that. I lived with mom and dad's house and everything. So the Lord is my rock. I had to go back and rent to daddy. I humble myself.
That's right.
Can you find me a house here? But it ain't gonna get here. It's gonna be over there in the woods behind the fish pond.
See.
That's all right there.
Yeah. Right.
I had to humble myself. God brought me down. 6 years after that, God moved me up out of that, and we're in the house where we at now.
Look at that.
Running water, bathroom, facilities, cement driveway, you're close to the job. 30 years working for the transportation department, city here.
Right.
If you don't put your time in, you won't get recognized.
That's it.
I'm through. I could go on and on.
But that's powerful.
Woo!
Yeah, that's powerful. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We went over the years to give God thanks
Mm-hmm.
and not myself.
Okay.
I thought about back on the farm here, big farm.
Yeah.
And back then, you didn't have no telephone.
I remember.
You were out there.
I'm old enough to remember. Go ahead.
Taking care of my screenshot.
Yes, sir.
But I realized we got to go over.
Go ahead.
This Lord who took care of my dad. If something comes up, I took care of it.
Amen.
And you know, not all that, sling done, put it in the park.
Oh, yes, sir.
And those flint rocks, and the inch and a half, that thing was cut.
Yes, sir.
Even with all the stuff it had, no telephone, no in the house,
Uh-huh.
it was God who took care of it.
Yes, sir.
It was not my luck.
See, that's it. That's it. Now, okay, look, I don't want you to think I'm picking on you, okay? Okay, but I want to make, now I want to make a point. Okay, I want to make a point. There are some things that will enter your life and my life that is completely out of our control. Now, look, I know we think we tough. You know, I mean, that's all right. Okay. But we have to turn it over, as Deacon Kelly said. Turn it over to God, because He knows how to handle it. And we're going to see this in a few minutes as we go down the verse. And look at this. A lot of times, when we turn things over to God, now watch this, I want you to see something. When you turn things over to God, and you ask Him to come to your rescue and do things for you, He doesn't say nothing. How do you handle it when God Almighty doesn't open His mouth? Now, I know you praising Him and worshiping Him and you, oh, Jesus, so, yeah, that's fine. That sounds good. But there are times in our Christian journey that God won't open His mouth. So what are you going to do about it? How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Okay, right.
That's where faith comes in.
That's right.
That's where the word comes in.
That's right.
That's your belief comes in.
There you
When
go.
you don't hear God, the word is God right there.
That's right.
Keep that on your mind, you can't go wrong.
Did everybody get that? Okay, right here.
He's already said what he'll do for you.
Yes.
Okay,
All you gotta do is obey.
okay. Excellent point. Now, let me tell you the reason why I put that out there, because sometimes we feel like He doesn't come fast enough. And guess what? Sometimes, okay, I'm coming back. Sometimes we take things into our own hands. I gotta tell you this one, there's nobody here, so. I gotta tell you about this one woman. No, this one woman who really believed God for her husband. She really did. I'm not making this up. The elders of the church prayed with her, prayed for her, pastor, everybody. Okay. And God wasn't moving fast enough for her, so she decided she would help God out. Okay. And so she went out there on her own, and she went from one guy to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and she just made a royal mess of things. And she got so exhausted and so frustrated, she left the church.
you know what, that's also the time that we know and trust that God is working things out.
Right.
Where like, you know, so our God, we need this, need that.
Right.
And when he's quiet, it's kind of like, okay, he ain't saying anything. We trust and know, like what she was saying.
Right.
He's working. Like so many times, my son will say, hey Dad, can we do this or can we do this?
Right.
I mean, I say, yes, son, no, son, but they know I'm working it out.
That's right.
So they'll know in due time, they'll get it when I work it out.
There you go. See, excellent point. Now, how many believe in here tonight that even in God's silence, he's still working? Everybody believe that? Still working. Listen, whether you can see it or not, he's still working. Anybody believe that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Another thing that helps me, that helps me,
Mm-hmm.
is that, my mother-in-law told me one time, she said, when you're traveling, she said, if you get lost, ask for help.
Okay, good.
And my grandfather was a God-fearing man.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was taught as a young person the scripture that the young man is strong, but the old man knows his way.
Good point.
And so I see, if I see someone, for example, there's a minister here that was praying, it's like, I need to get to know her.
Okay.
You know, and I introduced myself to her because I felt that she could help, and she did.
Right.
As a matter of fact, some of the things I was going through, she had prayed and asked God to help her to show somebody how to get through.
Wow. Okay.
And some of the other people in the church.
Okay.
Because they know the way.
Okay. Excellent. But now look, let me, I have to raise this question. Oh, go on, go ahead. That's true.
But the thing about it is this right here. We know we can't hurt. It's a song says we can't hurt God. We just got to wait.
That's right.
So the answers he's given us, they need to go, they need to yes, and they need to wait.
That's it.
And then when I'm praying, the last thing that he told me is what I wait for to hear from him.
There you go. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Really excellent. Okay. Now, the question I want to raise is this. Whenever there's a situation that's out of your control, will you let it go? Now look, I know you're big and bad and you tough and you strong and tough-minded and all this. I understand all that. But if it's strong, if the situation is stronger and greater than you, can you let it go? Can you do that? I'm just asking a question, that's all. Okay.
I don't think so already.
Okay, good. Thank you for the honesty. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's some things even now that I'm going through, it's like, oh, you know,
Okay.
I really say it, oh,
You don't have to tell me. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But some things, even now that I'm going through,
Uh-huh.
God let me know some things come on like that.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty. Because I want to touch on that just a little bit. Go ahead.
I feel like when we've been blessed by God to grow in this grace, we move from what we used to be.
Right.
We used to be, we just, thought you found everything.
That's right.
Hard head.
Yeah. That's good.
So
Good.
we found out, we have to leave the things and have things work out so much better.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
That's the growth in this grace.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes, sir.
Something happened to me today.
Okay.
I hope I'm answering your question.
Yeah. I'm coming back to you in just a second. Go ahead.
Something happened to me today. My wife and I went shopping.
Okay.
She had some things that she wanted to get, and I had some things that I paid for. I went on out there and got in my vehicle of mine. The Spirit said, look at your receipt. I looked at my receipt, and that was an item on there, a criticized item on that wasn't on there that I had purchased.
Wow.
And I said that in the thing, and she was still in the thing in the store. And it just got burning me.
Okay.
I seen the time that I would look over and say, hallelujah, I got this something free.
Yeah.
I went back in the store with that one item and the receipt.
See.
And the lady that met me at the door, she said, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, you didn't charge me for everything like that. She said, oh, really? So let's see your receipt. She looked at it. She said, no, I didn't see it. I said, your register will come up short. I seen the time that I walked away and went on and said, hallelujah.
Right.
But I could not leave that
Okay.
with that item I paid for.
Yes, sir. Now, what does that tell you?
That was
What?
today.
Integrity. Integrity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I'll come back to your point. Notice what the sister said here, that she can't always let things go, even if it's greater than she is. Thank you so much. Now, I know nobody else is admitting that in here tonight. But it is a struggle sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Am I right somebody?
Yes, it is.
Now, we want to let it go, but sometimes we just keep holding on. Now, we might as well be honest with ourselves in here. Right? I said sometimes. Right? Yeah. We want to handle it, and we want to do what we think we should do, as opposed to just letting it go. Sometimes that can be a struggle. Isn't that right? Yeah. Now, does anybody believe that we should have the attitude and the mindset of the man in the scripture who was sick? And you remember Jesus came along and he said, Lord, if, notice the word, if you can heal me, will you, that's right, will you make me whole? And then I love the way Jesus responded. He said, yeah, if you can believe. He put it back on him. He put it back on him. If you can believe. So he says, he felt ashamed of himself. He said, Lord, I believe. But this is a struggle. There you go. It's a struggle for me. So the area where I can't believe, I need you to help me. Look, I believe, but I'm struggling with this thing. So where I'm struggling with doubt, I need you to help that. And God and the Lord said, I can work with that. I can work with that. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
It's a struggle to let things go sometimes, but you know, some behind you get tripped you up, but that's something coming.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good one. Go ahead. That's good.
But isn't that why we come and fellowship together, like-minded Christians and all, because whether we understand it and know it, Satan knows where we all live, and there are various stages of our life where he can trip us up a little bit. And when he does, it causes us to have causes us to have scales on the eyes, so to speak, or whatnot, and we don't always see it.
That's true.
And that's when we need a brother or sister to come along. That's why, we fellowship and say, brother, are you all right with this? I'm seeing this, and that. It's not judging and whatnot, but
right.
It's helping. When I wander over in the ditch a little bit, but I think I'm still in the middle of the road, a like-minded brother or sister can help me get out of the ditch, and then maybe down the road later, I might see them wander in the ditch a little bit. We need each other, because Paul said it best. Paul said that when I would do good, evil is always present.
Mm-hmm.
And Satan has been around long time.
There you go.
And when the scriptures say that if God didn't cut off the time, he might trip up the very elect.
Yeah.
We need each other.
Right, that's right.
On this journey, we need each other.
That's
because
right.
we might go down the road a long ways in the middle of the I'm saying, I'm not saying, you know, I go, I'm trying to bad, but I'm trying to say that,
Take time.
he always takes, give me a lift.
Okay.
You know, give me a lift.
Right.
And then, like, shoulder on, and, you know, I'm trying to encourage them the same thing,
Mhm.
that sometimes, you know, he says, we haven't reached perfection yet.
Right, that's
So
right.
we're still on this earth.
Right, that's
So
right.
we're gonna go through. You know,
Right.
it's the scripture that we don't gonna go through. But sometimes, you know, so when you're so bogged down and everything, that you can't enjoy the service, or you can't give somebody good encouragement, you know,
Right.
you might want to maybe snap off that intentionally.
Right.
But if you continue
Mhm.
and give God the glory and honor and praise, I'm a person, I'm gonna give you praise.
That's the way we do it. Let me get you, and I come back to you. Okay, good.
Yes, no. I haven't been here, been kind of down at Lawford, there, obviously on the coast.
Okay,
I've been going back and forth to Washington DC, that's why I have not been here.
okay.
And it's amazing that you're a strong one in the family.
Uh-huh.
And I have two sisters up there, and I see my father almost 12 years. We live 3 miles away.
Wow.
They owe him money, they refuse to give it to him, so they stopped coming over.
Mm.
I'm down here, because he gets sick, I have to run up there to him.
Mm.
You know, the point is that I, you know,
Mm.
my piggyback off of her a little bit. I'm the strong one in the family.
Okay.
I'm the only one he has.
Okay.
But everybody is still, like, I had to do everything by myself. With my
Right.
stepsister, you know, and my sister, I mean, I could remember this thing, I'm like, you know what, it's hard.
Mm.
And then you come home,
Mm.
being, you know, I work, I cook, I clean, and everybody still expects this of me.
Mm.
And it's hard, you know, it's
Mm.
really hard. I just pray to God. I still read my Bible every one of the she said when I first came,
Okay.
when I joined the church. What was the, you know, the guideline, everyday scripture?
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing, I read that. I don't care where I'm at. I can go on vacation. It's going with me.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
along my little cabinet. I'm reading it every day.
Right.
God.
Right.
You know, just to say that, just keep me in prayer. because
Yes.
My family is just.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like but yeah, but now see, Deacon Keller was right when he said that we need each other. See, so what you do, you draw strength from the rest of us here. So that's he's right there. Yeah, excellent though. That's good. That's a good point. Our time's getting away from us a little bit. Let's move down to verse 3. Notice what it says. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bound wall shall you be, and as a tottering fence. Look at verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless them with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Look at that. Okay, now here, because since I'm trying to get away from this, notice here in the little notes, verses 3 and 4, here David uses terms like tottering fence and bowing wall. See that? And these terms suggest weakness and susceptibility. See that? See, the wicked attempted to overthrow David, see, whom they thought was honorable. They thought he was. See that? And so they thought they could do away with David by spreading lies and so forth. Now notice here, it says that they blessed him with their mouths, but in their hearts they cursed him. Now, okay, look, I'm not talking about that. Look, but now, I want you to talk just for a minute or two here. As a child of God, share with us just a little bit how the Lord protected you from people who bless with their mouths, but curse you in their hearts. Now you have to watch people like that. Okay, you want to say? Okay, go ahead. Okay. Uh-huh.
But we can't jump. I mean, we have to be a peacemaker
Right.
and do some things, help one another.
That's right. That's right.
And that makes a whole lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is like, what's in my father passed,
Mhm.
and I go back and forth. I mean, I'm so happy to tell you this for, but then behind my back, well, she just go get some money. That's why she runs up here all the time.
See, this is
That
a-
makes no sense.
right.
And I'm like, you know what, I work every day.
Right.
I save my money. I don't need daddy's money. He is my father.
Right.
I love him.
Right.
And that's, and that was shed up a little bit, but not a lot. But like I said,
Mm-hmm.
they also have you look in the day
Yeah.
behind my back.
Mhm.
Lord.
See,
You know, make it so bad they talking about, it's not to their friends, it's to the family.
Right.
It's to their family, so I can tell me.
Right.
And not tell them, you know what, y'all can just say about me or my father, don't say nothing about me.
right. That's right. Now, but you see, this is common today, where people bless with their mouths. Deacon Kelly, I think you said it well when you said about being tripped up by the enemy.
Right.
And if it had not been for God's grace and mercy, I think you pointed out a minute ago, that the devil can fool even the very elect. Did everybody get what he was saying? Yeah, we know you belong to God, but you can be fooled, deceived, or tricked. Did you want?
Oh, yes.
Because people say all kinds of nice things with their mouth, but deep down they don't mean it. I'm not talking about nobody here. Okay, go ahead.
Just short.
Yes, sir.
I've heard it so many times that I know what I say.
Okay,
That's not what I mean.
there you go.
That's dangerous. That's so much misleading.
Yes, sir. Okay.
But the thing, those things come up because of this, the intelligence too, I was saying that. Time gets so bad, God will cut life short.
Right.
Because of the healing said.
Mhm.
It's kind of more than we can bear.
Yes, sir. Did everybody catch what he just said? Say it again, David. Everyone say it again. Say it.
I would say that it's gonna get so bad, that was in Matthew or what,
Okay.
the very evening, he would cut the time short.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mhm.
he more.
Right. Right. Okay. Did everybody catch it? What he's saying is, and I think this is very powerful, by the way. What Deacon Lenny just said is that there are times when God will cut the righteous life a little short, because sometimes if they continue on enduring the evil that's perpetrated against them, it could be a bit overwhelming. Am I saying? No. All right. And so God may say, "Come on in. See, rest from your labor. I know you had a hard time. I know you had it rough. Come on in." You know, the old folks used to say, my grandmother used to say like this, "Come on up a little higher. You've been faithful of a few things." I'm going to stop right there. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. Okay.
Recently, I watched the World News, that's my favorite news.
Okay.
A couple days ago, they had on there about this lady who her whole family died, all except her.
Okay.
Okay, it was also, the same thing happened to another lady a month or so ago.
Okay.
Her whole family died, all except her.
Okay.
And to me, on the other side of that, if you're going through something, and like in her case,
Okay.
okay, if you're going through something, if God is keeping you alive, it's for a reason.
That's true. Okay. Now that's an excellent. Please don't miss it. Don't miss it. Okay, go ahead. Please don't miss that.
I go through a lot.
But that's good stuff. That's really good. Did you have any? I thought it was okay. Okay. All right.
Can I say this?
Okay.
I was thinking about
Okay.
when it says, the Lord will cut the time short.
Okay.
And, you know, oftentimes when we go through a lot, but as the elect people of God,
Right.
He'll just take you on. I'm thinking of reminding of Jesse's father,
Okay.
and we would have call and talk to him, and Jesse said, Dad, how you doing? And Dad would always say, I'm still on the front line.
Okay.
And he was a man of God, a bishop, sir, but he'd always tell Jesse, I'm on the front line.
Yeah.
And Jesse said, Dad, Jesse would say, Dad, sometimes you might need to fall back. but Dad fought to the end.
Yes. See.
And he went early.
Okay. See, went early.
He went
Okay.
early. God took it.
Took it. Okay. Now, since you said that, Psalms 116. Let me know what I'm getting to say. Where it says, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of one of his sons. Precious. Anybody believe that? See, God doesn't see it as something terrible or something morbid or something, but it's precious. And it's like what you were saying, when he decides to bring you on in, that's precious in the sight of God.
Yes.
Well, excuse me, I'm starting to feel some chills.
All right.
Yeah, it's precious.
That's precious.
Seems that I can hear your father say, don't weep for me. Weep for those who've left here. Suffer this day-to-day life.
That's
Okay, all right, our time's getting away. Now go down to verse 5. I can stay on that another hour. Okay, all right. Okay. Notice verse 5. It says, somebody read verse 5. Verse 5. I'm sorry, 5, 6, and 7. I'm so sorry. And verse 8. Verse 8.
My soul wait thou upon God.
Okay.
For my expectation is from him.
Mm-hmm.
He only is my rock and my salvation.
Mhm.
He is my defense. I shall not be moved.
Okay.
In God is my salvation
Mhm.
and my glory.
Mm.
Rock of my strength and my refuge is in God.
Mm.
Trust in him at all times. People, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us.
Mm. Wow. Now, if you go down, look at verses 5 through 8. I just want to point out a few things here before our time get away from us. Here, David says it again. He repeats himself, and it's okay. He says, I waited for the Lord in silence. See, he confessed that the Lord is his only hope. Anybody see that? Now notice here, he says, he affirms that the Lord is his, now he uses some different words here, is his safety. Look at that. But he's still referring to his rock. The Lord being his rock. Okay? The Lord is his deliverance. Does anybody believe that salvation means to be delivered? Isn't that right? Yeah. See, when we get saved, we have been delivered. Somebody said delivered from what? Delivered from your past life. Does anybody here have a past? I know I do. Okay? Yeah. Now, I know you're saved now, but you haven't always been what you are tonight. And if you be honest with yourself, now if we're honest, we haven't always been what we are now. We are what we are by the grace of God. Anybody believe that? Yeah. So here David says that the Lord is his source, his safety, his deliverance, his security. Look at that. And therefore, he would not be shaken. So he repeats himself and reaffirms what he said earlier. Notice here he says that God is his salvation and glory. Now, I have in parentheses that David says, God is my honor. I can see that. Yeah. See, the reason why men and women honor you and think highly of you is because they see the glory of God resting upon your life. Have you ever noticed, now just go back in your mind, have you ever noticed when you're out in the public and when you're dealing with people, they'll say something like, well, there's something a little different about you, and I can't put my finger on it. Is that tough for me? Yeah. There's something different about you. Now, sometimes they know what it is, sometimes they don't. Yeah. See what I'm getting at? And so here David says that because I'm living for him, God has become my glory. You know, remember Jesus said, and let your light shine before men, that they may see your good work, which will do what? Somebody tell me. Do what? Glorify the Father in heaven. That's right. That's right. So what happens is that God, people see the glory of God shining on you and through you. Now listen, please don't do this. Don't take the credit.
Yes.
I just thought I'd mention that. Please do not take the credit. Because you do, that's not your glory. Isn't that right? Now I wasn't going to say this, but I want to say it real quick because the time's getting away. You remember in the book of Acts when a man, I want to see if you can recognize his name, stood up before the audience and he gave a great speech. The scripture says he gave a great oration. And the people, the people began to rant and rave, and they really began to praise this man. And they said, this is not a man to speak it, it is a God. Anybody remember what happened? What? That's right. And why did the worms, cankerworms were released, and they ate that man's flesh completely up? The reasons why the worms were released and the worms ate him alive, and here this man was alive and the worms ate him while he was living, is because, what was that? You want to say? Oh, okay, all right. It's because he took the glory that belonged to God. He can't do it. Am I right, somebody? Yeah. So here David says that the Lord is his glory. See that? But he doesn't take the credit. I mean, see what I'm saying? Okay. So what he does, he acknowledges that God is his deliverance, and had it not been for the Lord, David says, my enemies would have crushed me. Can anybody testify to that? Okay.
It just so much. And now,
Yeah.
you guys just, I have been sitting there for 2 years.
Okay.
Even now, I went to a big meeting.
Okay.
And in it today.
All right.
Now, I'm sure how about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm over that. But what I'm thinking is that we can't take the glory for ourselves. But we have to remember, I have to remember.
Right.
That so many times that I have gone to God and say, I believe will help my unbelief.
Okay, good.
And it's so many times, for the most part, it's so many times I have said to God, not my will.
Uh-huh.
your will.
Okay. Wonderful. See, and that's what we have to do, because otherwise we're going to get in trouble. Okay, go ahead.
It's just like God that's so my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. My sister, they would do something, she would call me and fuss at me, and we just go back and forth to each other.
Okay.
Like we're in the church,
Okay.
and I would just go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Then I joined the church, and I just say, I mean, it's like it just moved. And I thank God for it. And she called me one day, and she was, I said, well, Mom, you know what, that is really a shame.
Mm.
I'm sorry you're going through this with the daughters.
Yes.
She hung up on me and called my sister, what's wrong with that girl?
Yeah.
I'm yelling in the church. And that
Yes.
made me feel so good.
Mm.
And I thank God today that I'm still humble.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, I'm still in here. I do sit and get angry sometimes.
Right.
But I'm just glad I'm in his house.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Somebody read verse 9. Okay. 9 and 10. 9 and 10.
Surely men of low degree are vanity,
Mm-hmm.
and men of high degree are alike,
Mm-hmm.
to be laid in the balance.
Mm-hmm.
They are altogether lighter than vanity.
Mm.
Trust not in oppression,
Mm-hmm.
and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
Lord have mercy. Mm. 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 Well, that's a big one, isn't it? I wish I had more time, I can't. But let me just share with you what David is saying here, verses 9 and 10 particularly. He's saying that do not be foolish enough to put your trust in a human being. Does anybody believe that a man or any human can fail you? Anybody believe that?
Yeah.
Now, I don't care how powerful they are, how much money they have, but if they are human, they can fail. Isn't that right?
Amen.
Yeah. And so what David is saying here, it's really foolish to trust in a human being. Okay? Life is very brief, and even Kelly, you touched on it a little earlier when we said James chapter 4. Life is a vapor. It's like a vapor. See? It's here and then it's gone. Right? Yeah. So don't trust in a human being. And I was growing up, my dad seemed like he was strong as an oak tree. He stood about 6'3", and had a deep voice. And you know, I've never seen him cry. You know, and so he was, you know, this man. I didn't think. I thought he was going to be here forever. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that. And I didn't realize that one day my dad would get sick and lay down and die. So I couldn't, you know, I had to learn that I couldn't put my trust, not even in my daddy. I mean, you know, he raised me and did all these things, but he wouldn't be here forever. See, I had to learn that. And he's never been sick in his life. I've never seen him sick. I never saw my dad sick until right there toward the end. Never will forget it. He got on a kidney machine, and I just saw him go down. He was kind of big, you know, broad-chested and all this kind of stuff, and strong. And that kidney machine took him down to almost nothing. His face was so narrow, at one point I couldn't even recognize whether or not that this was my daddy I was looking at. How many see what I'm saying? And as Deacon Kelly brought out, listen, you might be standing strong one day, but sickness can attack your body, and you are out of here tomorrow morning. Anybody? But the way you said tonight. So said tonight. Okay. And so what I'm saying is that life is a vapor. You're right, Deacon Kelly. It's a puff of steam, and it's here and then it's gone. Anybody believe that? Notice here in verse 9 it says, so if riches increase, don't set your heart on them. See the one? Why? Why? They could be gone too. Yeah, that's it. Riches go together. Okay. Okay, our time is getting ready. Okay. And so look at what it says. Verse 11. God has spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto God. Verse 12. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy. Thou renderest every man according to his work. See, power belongs to God. Hello, somebody. Yeah. Somebody told me today, I would say this not be done. Somebody told me just this today. This person, I call him, has a business, and he's making millions. You know, a little short man in stature. And I'm not holding him against him. But he's making lots and lots of money, and the staff was just telling me today, I went by the office, staff was just telling me today, they said, Dr. Howard, since he's making money, he's grown and has become more arrogant. I said, why do you say that? And she said, he used to come by and talk with us and hear our concerns. I said, but now, she said, he has such a nasty disposition. Doesn't have time to talk anymore. Now listen to this. And just last week, well, that's right. And just last week, he had to hire a lawyer, it cost him $30,000. Because there was a little mismanagement. See the point? And now the government is saying, we're coming after you. And if we find you in the wrong, you'll have to pay back all those millions that you made. And then what happened, he ran scared. I won't tell you where he went, but he ran to another state to open up another business in case they shut him down here. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay.
Why you stopped talking, you scared of everything so much.
What was that?
The reason why you stopped going up talking to them. So you scared of everything so much.
Well, and that's a good point too, because that got back to me that was one of the reasons. Yes, so that's actually the point. Yes. Right. That's exactly right. Now, Deacon Lenny just said, this is so powerful. He said, what shall separate us from the love of God? I'm asking the question, will it be money for you? I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. Okay? But obviously it was with this person here. Okay. And now he's running scared because he's afraid they're going to close him down. I thought I saw somebody else the same thing. Okay. That's right. That's right. Yes. So wonderful. That is so true. Yeah, wonderful, so true. And keep in mind, again, this ties back into what you're saying. Power belongs to God. That's where the power belongs. Now, if somebody told you you were powerful, now you better, okay, stop listening to what people are saying. Okay. Because sometimes we keep listening, and next thing you know, we start believing what we hear. And then next thing you know, you think you're something that you're really not. Power belongs to God. Okay. Any other question before we close out? Any other question? Okay. Okay.
Somewhere in the word it says that I will never forsake you.
That's right.
I'll be with you through.
That's exactly right.
I understand what the end means. I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just couldn't keep myself. I said when I raised my children and taught them the scripture way, the Bible way,
Yeah.
and they straight off, I said I'm through with it. But I'm not.
That's right.
I reached and grabbed me anyway, you know. 50 years of age. I'm going through that, and I had it my children.
Yes.
Teaching, talking to them, ways and actions speak louder than words.
Oh, absolutely.
Now some of them are saying, I want to be like you and mom.
See?
Every time I see mama, she dead. Every time I see dad, it ain't no show. It's for real.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Okay. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's just getting better and better. Okay. That's right. That's right. That is really powerful. Okay. I want everybody to hear that again. He said, God may cut our time short before he allow us to be lost. Now get that? And notice here, he's echoing over there, you remember the book of Kings, I believe it was, when Hezekiah, the Lord said that, look now, Hezekiah, it's time for you to die. Remember that? And he said, oh, boy, no. He said, look, give me a little bit more time. You know, the prophet Isaiah said, get your house in order. Hezekiah, the Lord said, it's time for you to die. He went in his room, turned his face to the wall. Anybody remember that? He said, now, he got out his list. Now, Lord, I kept the sacrifice. I'm paraphrasing. I gave to the poor. Can't you let me live a little bit longer? Look at all these good things I've done for you. Now, God is merciful. Am I right? The Lord spoke to Isaiah and said, look, go back. Tell him I heard his cry and I saw his tears. Now, he's not going to be around forever, but tell him I'll extend him 15 more years. But then let me tell you what happened real quick. Okay. But let me tell you what happened. What ended up happening, Hezekiah, this ties back into what you were saying, Hezekiah ended up worse than what he was when Isaiah first brought him the news that he was going to die. The scripture says he got arrogant and showed other kings the riches of Israel, you know, the treasures. And he wasn't supposed to do that. You know, Hezekiah became arrogant and puffed up and proud. What was that? Oh, okay. And so, look, it would have been better. This ties back into what you were saying. It would have been better if he had died when the Lord told him to set his house in order. Am I right, somebody? Yeah. But he wanted some more time. And the Lord says, okay, well, you want more time? I give you another few years. And just made a mess. So you're right. There you go. Exactly right. Exactly right. Okay.
That can happen to church.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. No question about it.
Yes.
Oh, no question about it. Okay. This brings us down to the close here. And no other questions. We'll come around the circle and lift up those who have prayer requests. All right?